Okay, good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about wastewater treatment. Wastewater management is must and should. Why? Because every day water is very important in our life. Plays a very important role in our regular life. So we have to treat the water and we have to utilize or we have to release into the rivers. Otherwise, that will causes the water pollution. So water pollution is very dangerous. Why? Because the water plays a very important role for life. Without water, there is no life. So that's the reason we should have to protect our water bodies. We should stop the water pollution. We should have to treat the water and we should get pure water from that. So that only we are going to discuss now. That is our topic name is integrated wastewater management. Our topic name is what? Integrated wastewater management. So first of all, wastewater treatment we are going to discuss. First, wastewater from where? Wastewater or sewage originates from domestic wastewater, industrial wastewater, and through animal waste also the wastewater will become. Domestic wastewater, industrial wastewater, and also animal waste also will be there. Realizing the importance of clean potable water. So clean potable water is very important, very essential for life. So what Indian government discussed with all leaders, and government passed the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. Passed the Water Act in 1974. Act 1974, Prevention and Control of Pollution, Water Pollution 1974 Act. What they confirmed with that act? Mandatory to treat wastewater in the treatment plants. Compulsory treatment plants, we should have to treat the wastewater. Mandatory to treat wastewater in the treatment plants. That is important. Mandatory to treat the wastewater plants. The wastewater treatment is must and should. Like that, the government passed act. That act is what? Prevention and Control of Water Pollution Act in the 1974. In the 1974. That is the most important concept. Another important one we are going to discuss about. So what are the treatments? What are the treatments are there? So how many ways are there the treatments? Number one, the most important, the water treatment methods we are discussing. Number one, physical methods. Number two, biological, chemical methods, and biological methods. So physical methods, chemical methods, biological methods. First, physical methods of wastewater treatment we are going to discuss. Which one we are going to discuss? Physical methods of wastewater treatment we are going to discuss. In this case, what will happen? Wastewater or sewage originate from domestic, very well. Domestic, this all will be. First, physical treatment we will be discuss. The wastewater containing insoluble substances or colloids are treated through process. So what are those insoluble substances or colloids? Are treated through flotation, sedimentation, filtration, and centrifugal separation. What are those? Flotation, floating, sedimentation, filtration, filtrate, centrifugal separation. Here no biological, no chemical, nothing, just physical. That's why these are physical methods. Flotation, sedimentation, filtration. What is another one? Centrifugation, centrifugal separation. These all are the methods, the physical methods which are very useful to control the which one, the water pollution. That is important, right? Next, chemical methods we are going to discuss. What is the chemical methods? So, chemical methods of wastewater treatments includes chemical methods of wastewater treatment includes number one, generation of insoluble solids. Number two, produce an insoluble gas. Next, produce biologically. Oh, come on, produce biologically degradable substances. Okay, from a degradable from non-biodegradable substances. Oxidize or reduce to produce a objectionable substances. Oxidize or reduce to produce a non-objectionable substances. That is important. So, chemical methods of wastewater treatment we are discussing. Generation of, what do you call, first one, most important one, generation of insoluble solids, produce an insoluble gas, produce biologically degradable substances from a non-biodegradable substances, oxidize or reduce to produce a non-objectionable substances. Next three, biological methods of wastewater treatment. First, bioremediation of wastewater includes biological, life, microbes. So how? Means aerobic treatment, oxidation of ponds, aeration of lagoons, and anaerobic treatment, anaerobic lagoons. What is called anaerobic means what is it? Bioreactors. Anaerobic reactions means bioreactors, lagoons, anaerobic lagoons. Next, phytoremediation. Phytoremediation of wastewater includes what? Constructed the wetlands. Phytoremediation of wastewater consists of wetlands, and also what is that? Very very important, RZWT. What is RZWT? Root zone wastewater treatment. Where the root is there itself treatment, that is called root zone wastewater treatment. Next, DEWATS. DEWATS. What is the DEWA? Decentralized wastewater treatment. Decentralized wastewater treatment. Decentralized wastewater treatment system. So like this. Next case study, if you see, Aroville, located in South India area of Puducherry, recycling system is full fame. So recycling systems are there, wastewater recycling. Such treatment plants have also been Aravinda Eye Hospital in Puducherry, Chennai IT Park, like that. There, that wastewater treatment plants they developed. So what are that? Come on, most important biological methods and phytoremediation. What do you call phytoremediation of wastewater? Where the phytoremediation? Where is the phytoremediation? Number one, wetlands, and next RZWT, root zone wastewater treatment, DAWATS, decentralized wastewater treatment, Aroville, one case study will be there in the Puducherry that developed the wastewater treatment. In even Aravinda Eye Hospital, Puducherry and Chennai IT Park also, there will be recycling systems are there. Okay. The next important thing is we are going to discuss about organic farming. So it's a method of farming system which primarily aims at cultivating the land and raising crops in such a way so as to keep the soil alive in a good healthy. So by using which one? Organic waste. Organic waste what? Crop, animal and farm waste, aquatic waste we will use, and we will develop the farms in the sense that is called organic farming. And other biological materials along with the beneficial microbes, biofertilizers, understanding or not? So biofertilizers we will use, release the nutrients to crops for increased suitable production of eco-friendly pollution free environment. That is our target, organic farming. What is organic farming? So developing the farms without, what you called, without pollution, eco-friendly, by using organic waste, crop, animal farm waste, aquatic waste completely, biofertilizers. This all very useful without causing any pollution. They will be useful for the development of farms. Such kind of organic farming is very useful and essential. Why? Because nowadays we are facing so many problems with the pollution, chemical, what do you call, soil pollution, water pollution. These all because of chemicals and non-degradable substances only, na. So that is the reason organic farming or organic waste, crop, animal waste, farm waste, they are not at all cause any pollution and easily degradable. So such kind of very, what you call, products are very useful for the, what you called, development of farming. That is called, what you call, that kind of farming is called organic farming. What you call, that is called organic farming. That's the most important, what you called, organic farming. Okay children, we are discussing about the controlling of pollution. So how to reduce the pollution, that one we are discussing by organic farming. Okay, so first what we discussed, once again I am repeating. Why? Because bits will come from this. Okay, first what we discussed, wastewater treatment. From where the waste is coming, that is important, right? The waste is coming from domestic. See, in a house, morning to evening, we will release so much amount of water, wastewater. Washing clothes, washing bowls, or when we bath. Okay, this complete water is the domestic wastewater. Next, industrial wastewater to clean the fruit. Suppose industries are big industries, they will use too much water. And even animals, while you are washing animals, how much water will come? Too much water will become. This all water we should not waste. This all things from these all sources we are getting wastewater or not, sewage water. We should not waste. We should have to recycle. We have to use some other purpose. So by importance, that one identified by government, the water treatment importance, the potable water, clean potable water importance identified by government, and passed in the 1974 one act. What is that act name? Prevention and Control of Water Pollution Act in 1974. This is the neat bit. Prevention and Water Pollution Controlling Act. Prevention and Control of Water Pollution Act in 1974. So what is that act? What that act is telling? Mandatory. The act is telling mandatory to treat wastewater in treatment plants. So there are three methods are there to treat the water. What are those? Physical methods of wastewater treatment, chemical methods of wastewater treatment, biological methods of wastewater treatment. Physical, chemical, biological methods. So these all are very important treatment methods to clean the domesticated and sewage water. First, what are the physical methods? So in the water, in the dirty water or in the sewage, what will be there? Insoluble substances or colloids will be there. These insoluble, like polythene covers, what you call stones, these all waste will be there. So these are all the things. What should have to do? These insoluble substances or colloids, we should have to separate by flotation, sedimentation, filtration, centrifugal separation. Flotation, sedimentation, filtration and centrifugal separation. These many things are there to separate that physical waste. So flotation means we will allow the water to float. So what will happen? The waste will be float. That one we will take off. Sedimentation means, waste will be constantly without moving water. If it's there, the weight particles will be go down. That's called sedimentation. Filtration, very well, big filters, meshes they will use and traps the waste and separate it. Then centrifuges, repeated circle, centrifugation, very well. That is also useful for the separation of what you call colloids, insoluble substances. Next, chemical methods. The generation of insoluble solids produce an insoluble gas, produce biologically degradable substances from a non-biodegradable substances, biologically degradable substances from a non-biodegradable substances. Next, oxidize or reduce production of non-objectionable substances. Next, biological methods. Biological methods. What is the biological methods? Means, very well, aerobic bacteria, anaerobic bacteria. In the sewage water treatment, there is a biological treatment, is there or not? Secondary water treatment. First, aerobic bacteria, flux, bacteria fungal association. They will be cleans the or degrades the organic matter and controls the pollution. So, like that, aerobic treatment, then anaerobic methane gas production, methane bacteria. So, like that, biological methods are there, by anaerobic methods also there, by aerobic and anaerobic methods are there in the biological methods, because aerobic bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, very useful for the degradation of organic waste materials. So, very important. So, what is there in the biological methods? That one we are going to discuss. Biological methods, aerobic treatment. So, oxidation of bonds, adding of oxygen, aeration of lagoons, air sending. Then what will happen? All anaerobic will be die. Next, anaerobic treatment, anaerobic bioreactors, anaerobic lagoons, automatically aerobic will be die. So, phytoremediation of wastewater also very important. So, making of wet water, wetlands, root zone wastewater treatment, RZWT. Next, DEWATS, decentralized wastewater treatment. DEWATS, decentralized wastewater treatment. So, like this, what is called phytoremediation of wastewater. Phytoremediation. So, we have to take the remedy immediately for the treatment for wastewater, like root zone, very important bits. Root zone wastewater treatment. This is a neat bit. NEET, neat, right? Okay. Root zone wastewater treatment. Next, another bit. Root zone means where there will be pollution is starting. So, from there the treatment. Next, decentralized wastewater treatment. Centralized way. So, like this, decentralized wastewater treatment system. Root zone wastewater treatment is also very useful for the phytoremediation of wastewater. Okay. Now, one case study is there. Puducherry, South India. Very important place, very tourist spot. So, in the Puducherry, very well, they developed this RZWT, DEWATS, root zone wastewater treatment, decentralized wastewater treatment. So, they succeeded. Successfully, they treated and got what you called pure water from waste. So, later, that system, this RZWT, DEWATS, root zone wastewater treatment, decentralized wastewater treatment, succeeded in the Puducherry. Then immediately that treatment process started in the where Aravinda hospitals in the Puducherry and the Chennai Mathematical Institution and also Chennai IT Park. There will be successfully they are retreating the waste water or sewage water by RZWT, DEWA, decentralized wastewater treatment, root zone wastewater treatment. So, they started like that. Next, Organic farming. Next, this is also important to control the pollution. So what is the organic farming? It's a method of farming system cultivating the lands and raising crops in such a way so as to keep the soil alive and in good health by using organic soil alive and good health to the plants without using any chemical fertilizers or without causing or without using pesticides, without using harmful substances. So simple degradable substances, by using degradable substances, then developing the farms, okay, from where good health by using organic waste. Organic farming, we will use organic wastes. What is organic wastes? So the organic waste mainly, come on, you see the crop waste, after harvesting waste will be there or not, that one. Animal farm waste, see, you go to the poultry farm or what you call cattle farm, there's so much waste is there. Cow dung is there, cattle dung is there, that one is very useful. It's a biofertilizer, very useful for the growth of the plants. So by using such kind of waste without causing any harm and easily degradable substances, aquatic waste, and aquatic in the water also waste will be there. So these waste and biofertilizers, you know very well. Examples are Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum. So they will fix the atmospheric nitrogen, right? That is helpful for the plant growth or not? And nutrients to the crop. This will be, this all will give nutrients to the crops. They are eco-friendly, environmental friendly. This is a very important word, eco-friendly, without causing any pollution, without causing any disturbance. They are eco-friendly, pollution free environment is pollution free environment. That is the most important word. Why? Because nowadays everywhere pollution. So by the organic farming we can develop the eco-friendly farming and also pollution free environment. We can develop which one? Pollution free environment. So that is very good to us, that is very good to the next generations also. So like this, if you do, we can reduce the pollution and we can save our people, we can control the pollution, and we can give good environment to the next generations. So these points you should have to remember. So next class we will discuss about another important concept, that is solid waste management. What we will discuss? Solid waste management concept we will discuss in the next class.